Hi everybody! I thought today, seeing as we're at the middle point of the year, the end of June or the beginning of July, I thought I'd give everyone a bit of an update on my colouring book collection and show all the books that I've bought either this year or the end of last year that weren't in my first lot of colouring book collection videos, or the ones I've bought recently, and just give everyone a bit of an update. I didn't think that I bought enough to be doing like a monthly haul video or a quarterly haul video, but I have got quite a lot here, so I might have to split this into two parts to show everybody all the different books that I've bought in the last 6 or 7 months. And I thought I'd start with the Colouring Heavens. As I did with my colouring book collection videos, I started with my Colouring Heaven collection, and these are all the ones that I've had since I made those colouring book collection videos. I do subscribe, so there will be a full 6 or 7 of them. So I'll just go through all those first, and I don't know if these are in the right order. I think they are. I've tried, but if not, it doesn't really matter. So this is the first one, Manga Fantasy Special. This one is by Sonia Leon. I haven't actually coloured in this one yet, but I'll just give you a quick flip through, get an idea of the kind of images we're looking at in these, and if there is any whips or any finished pictures, I will show you those as well. That's Manga Fantasy Special by Sonia Leon. Here we go, the next one, Steampunk Animals Special. I do have one that I have coloured in this one, but I'm going to have to insert a picture because it's actually in my in my PDF file of finished pictures. There we go. If anyone watches my videos, they'll probably remember all these finishes, but that's the picture that I did colour, and I'll pop in a picture here. That was a few months ago, that one, but that's my colour of that one. I actually scanned it in and copied it out onto blue paper. Went around the rabbit with a white gel pen and added a few kind of coffee stains and oil stains in inverted commas to make it look like an old blueprint, that one. So I've actually coloured in this one, but I'll give you a little flip through of a few of the pictures in there. Some are simple, some more detailed, some of these more kind of blueprinty looking ones, and then these quite cute ones at the front by Fabiana Traer. So yeah, that is the Steampunk Animals Special. There's a variety of artists in that one, I think. The one I showed you was by Sam Deacon. That's the Steampunk Animals Special Colouring Heaven. The next one is one of my favourites. This is Little Cutie Special by Darius Sakisoy, I think you say that. And I do like this one, yeah. There's a few little pictures. I've coloured a couple in this one, I think. I have marked them, you wouldn't think. Yeah, this is the one that I've coloured there. This one is using watercolours, and that one is a video on the channel, how to use watercolours in Colouring Heaven. It did wrinkle, it has wrinkles along the edges there, you can see, but I don't really mind that. I think, yeah, it gives that nice noise when you flip the pages. I do love using watercolours. So yeah, there's that one that I've coloured. And the very first one is that one. And I used, I'm not sure if it was with the Big Kids pencils. It was like a little cheap 12 set of pencils. And these were stickers, little embellishments that I found in the charity shop. The little daisies, and I thought they really suited that little picture. I think there were little flowers actually drawn there that I didn't colour in. I just put the stickers over the top. I thought it fitted in really well. So yeah, that is a Little Cutie Special by Darius Sakisoy. The next one is the Enchanted Animal Special by Kinoko Agusa, and I haven't got around to colouring in this one yet. But yeah, this is, as usual for Kinoko Agusa, it is a gorgeous issue, and I think this one's actually sold out on the website already, and it wasn't out so long ago. But yeah, the usual really lovely cute animals in there from Kinoko Agusa. I'm really going to have to colour in this one. And there we go, Enchanted Animals Special by Kinoko Agusa. This is the Gothic Beauty Special, and there's a variety of artists in this one. I have, yeah, that's one of my works in progress from a couple of months ago when I was doing Ravens. I started this one, but I'm not sure whether to go back into this one because I backed. These wings are meant to be black, and I've based them with a purple, kind of a light purple marker to try and see how that was working. And yeah, I don't really like how it's working there. It's looking more like the wings are actually purple instead of being black. I might go back into it at some point because I do like how her face has turned out, and I think I might be able to give a nice kind of distressed sort of background to that one. That's one of the whips I've got going on in there. There is one in here. This one I have coloured, but I scanned it in and printed it out, so I'll pop a picture in here. I scanned that one onto grey paper because I wanted to try colouring on the... It's not tone grey paper, it's just grey paper that I got off of Amazon. I wanted to try colouring on the grey paper, and that's what I came up with that one, just with coloured pencils on the grey paper. And there's, here we go, there's a few kind of different images in this one. I love this issue. I do love the kind of gothic style pictures. If anybody who's watched a few of my videos will probably know that. I do love to colour with gothic style pictures. There we go. And some of these ones in the front are the line art versions of the ones from the Gothic Alchemy special. Yeah, that one. I've actually coloured that one in grayscale in one of the other issues, but yeah, so that one was quite good. As Gothic Beauty Special by various artists. The next one is also a really pretty one. I really like this one, but I haven't coloured in it yet. This is Exclusive Fantasy Designs by Stenera. That's a new artist to me, actually. I hadn't heard of this artist, but these pictures are beautiful. I really do want to colour in this one, but I'm probably going to say that about every book I haven't coloured in. I'm probably going to have one of my monthly themes to be colouring books you know, colour your hoard. Colouring the books you haven't coloured in yet, because these are gorgeous. That one, I love this one. I'm going to have to do that one. Okay, here we go. That's Manga Fairy Special by Stenera. Next one is Fantasy Kingdom Special. I do actually have the books. They're probably in this video or the next one as well. I do actually have the books by Chris Ortega, so it was nice to actually have some spare ones, which are actually on better paper, because Chris Ortega's books were on, or Ortega, I'm not sure how to say it. Her books were on Amazon paper, so I really want to colour this one this month, whether in this one or in the book. I want to colour that for my Hot Guys theme for this month. So yeah, these are a lot of really kind of gothic-y ones as well. Really quite fine detailed, but gorgeous. I love that one too. Some beautiful images in there by Chris Ortega. Fantasy Kingdom Special. This next one has actually just this minute nearly come through the letterbox. This is the newest Garden Gnome Special. Designs by Ava Brown, and to be honest, I'm not entirely sure I'm a fan of this one. I'm not the biggest fan of gnomes in general. I do have one book by Joe Johnson. His gnomes are super cute, so yeah, I do love those ones, but these, I'm not entirely sure I'll be keeping this one, to be honest, but I'll just pop it in as it just came through the letterbox. And there we go, that is the Garden Gnome Special. The next one is a vintage costume, the vintage costume collection. This one was, I actually bought this one. This one isn't part of the subscription. This is by Jasmine Darnell. Some of these are quite gothic as well. If you did those in the dark kind of gothic colours, that would be awesome. So yeah, I really love this one. I remember rushing home from work, stopping off at Asda to buy this one, and my other half dropped me off at Asda so I could go and buy this one on the day it got released. He knows what I'm like with coloring books. It was just like, oh, okay. But yeah, this one is absolutely gorgeous. I have actually coloured in the first one. There we go. From April, that one. So yeah, that one was super fun. That's just markers. Yeah, it's mostly marker based, that one. Yeah, with pencil shading over the top. So yeah. And those are all the colouring heavens that I've gotten my little clammy hands onto since I did my colouring book collection videos. So next we're moving on to the colouring books I've actually bought this year or the end of last year, and this is one that I managed to grab from a charity shop. I can't resist a bargain, so whenever I find them in a charity shop, there we go, $1.25. You just can't leave them there for that, can you? They'll come in handy for something, even though I don't colour butterflies that often, but I thought, yeah, it's alright to have in the collection. If I ever feel drawn to colour butterflies, I've got one here, and as I showed in my last colouring pages video, you can just cut these out and stick them. Maybe not that one, that's too big, but you can cut these out and stick them onto other pages if you think those would fit in. So yep, that's one that I bought from the charity shop. That one, Colouring Butterflies. I'm not sure who the artist is. Just says Arcticus Arcturus Publishing Limited. I'm not sure if that's the artist there. Diana Vowles. It might be, but they're just line art taken from the old botanical biology kind of plates and turned into line art. So yeah, it's one I grabbed from the charity shop. Next we have Alan Robert. I love this book. I remember seeing when it was going to be released, and I was waiting for it to come onto Amazon, and I grabbed that when it came out. I love this one. I do love pop culture, and I love the kind of, the weirder kind of colouring books, more gothic. This one is it's basically all famous people, and he's drawn them as zombies. That's Elvis. Bob Ross there. Oh, David Bowie, that's awesome. This is the one I've coloured, which is Kurt Cobain, Nirvana. That one is it's a double-sided book, so that one is coloured pencil with like note paper collage background. That is actually a tutorial, and I was super chuffed with this one because Alan Robert actually linked my tutorial onto his Instagram. He reblogged my posting of this picture, and he linked my tutorial. He liked it, so yeah, I was chuffed with that. And this is my favourite picture in the book, so I was dying to colour that one. I remember I did that one in January. Gene Wilder. Bruce Lee. Okay, there we go. There's a few in that one. I love that one. That is at Beauty of Horror 5, The Haunt of Fame by Alan Robert. Next one, I can't remember if it's in my main colouring book collection. I don't think it is. I think I got this one a little bit after. This is a Game of Thrones colouring book. This is the one where the characters actually look like the people from the TV show, instead of just being artist impressions after reading the book. I have to say I didn't really read the books or watch the TV shows, so for me they're just pretty pictures. There is one that I do want to colour of Jon Snow. He's like my other half's favourite character, so he's one of the ones I actually know who he is, and I know who he is. He's not very nice. The dragons are of course cool. Oh, Daenerys, I know her, dragon lady. See if I can find the one I want to colour. It's a big 2-page spread that would probably take forever. There's a lot of landscape pictures. Quite a few guys that I could colour in for this month. That's the one I want to colour. With his direwolf there. I think that one's pretty cool. I don't suppose I'll get around to it. It's one of the ones that you're kind of a bit intimidated by. Maybe if I watercoloured or something like that, that would be quite good. So yeah, that's the one I want to colour. That's a HBO Game of Thrones colouring book. These next two, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on camera. This is the English one first. To the Ends of the Earth and Back Again, the longest colouring book in the world. I thought maybe at some point I could do a series for YouTube where I colour the whole thing, not all at once obviously, like a page at a time, maybe as a speed colour or something. And these kind of fold out as a concertina like this. And it's just one big long book, which I can't get all in camera. But I thought they might be quite interesting to try and film a series. This one is by Good Wives and Warriors, I think. Not entirely sure, but I thought that one might be quite fun to try and do. Some nice bright colours. It's basically a trip around the world, and I think it goes into the mythology and stuff of each area. Comes to like mythological creatures and things going on. I think that seems to be the premise of it, but I thought it looked quite interesting, so I grabbed that one from Amazon. So yeah, Good Wives and Warriors, that one, To the Ends of the Earth and Back Again. And I got, I think this is like Spanish or or something, a version of To the Bottom of the Sea, I think this one is called. And it's basically the same thing, but it unfolds kind of upwards. Again, I can't get it all on camera. Maybe if I turn it sideways, yeah. Yeah, it unfolds upwards, and it's actually a really long kind of colouring book. And I thought the same thing, to do a series. I thought that might be quite interesting if anybody's got it and we can kind of colour it together. I don't know, it's just an idea I've got kicking around. Again, a little bit intimidating though. It's quite detailed, but at least the background is all coloured. You wouldn't have to worry about that. And it does kind of get darker at the top. It's white, and it gradually gets darker as you go down to the bottom of the sea. And right at the bottom, it's very dark, this kind of teal colour, which is really nice. I'll show you that one is by Sarah Yoon, that one is by. And there was another one called To the Moon and Back, but I couldn't get that one for a good price, so I'm just waiting for that one to be cheap enough to grab that one as well, and maybe do series colouring them on YouTube. If you guys would like to see that, drop me a comment, but that's the idea I've got going on. Next one, my first Mythographic one, enabled by Amberly Silencia, and I have got a whip. The very first picture I've got a whip going on that I have worked on a tiny little bit since. Yeah, I've started on doing on the grass, trying to figure out what colours. I wanted the colours to be fairly muted, so it's kind of olive greens and stuff going along for the grass there. More of a warm grey for the rocks. It's planning the colours for this one because it's super detailed, and it does take quite a while because I'm doing it all in pencil. I haven't done a marker background, which is unusual for me. But yeah, maybe these flowers will be white. Maybe I can use those for my white flower tutorial that I've been asked to show. Now that would be an idea. Yep, so yeah, that's that one I'm working on. And yeah, I decided to get this one. I've been tempted by the Mythographic books for a while, but I was put off, as a few people are, by the hidden objects. I know they're also in Kirby Roseanne's kind of books, but I think they kind of blend in more in Kirby Roseanne's books. And I'm kind of, yeah, I can cope with those. But in the Mythographic books, they tend to be like really, I don't know, kind of sticking out from the picture. Like there might be pictures like this, for instance, there might be like a trombone or something up there, or like a Game Boy video game console, or things that don't really fit into the image. And a lot of people hide them or paint over them, but I just don't know if I could be bothered with all that. So yeah, I was super happy when they started coming out with no hidden objects in them. And this is the one I ended up getting, and I am really enjoying doing that picture that I've started. So yeah, once I've coloured a few more in here, I might grab one of the other ones if they carry on coming out with no hidden objects. There we go. That is Mythographic Magical Earth, and that is by Joseph Katzenbang. The next one is Mass Effect adult colouring book, and this one I grabbed off eBay because my partner told me, yeah, those are out of print now, so if you see it come up, you grab it. So I came up and I grabbed it. And there's a few men in here that I might look at colouring this month as well. This is apparently it goes through the whole series of video games. I haven't played any of them, to be perfectly honest. I haven't played Mass Effect, or I've watched the other half play them. He's much more of a gamer than I am. He knows who everybody is. There is one that I was thinking of colouring for this month. This one here. It was between that one there, or there's a guy in like power armor there. Yes, that guy, or that guy. I might colour for this month. Just might. As of now, it's just in might. It's kind of in the back of my head, all the pages I might choose from. But yeah. Sadly, this one is out of print apparently, so that's the Mass Effect adult colouring book. I think there's a few artists listed for that one. There they are. There's all the artists for that one, but does it say which one does which picture? No, it doesn't. So yeah, those are the artists. Mass Effect adult colouring book. I think these are totally in no order whatsoever. This is the Domming's World of Fairy Tales. You'll recognise this maybe from my June finished colouring pages. This one I was watching on Book Depository for quite a while and it didn't come back into stock, or it wasn't when I looked, so I ended up having to buy it from Etsy, which worked out quite expensive with postage and stuff combined. It might have been cheaper to get from Amazon Japan, but I don't know. That's the one I've coloured in there. That one is mostly all on film, on videos on the channel, so if anybody wants to watch that, that's with a 12 set of the Derwent Coloursoft pencils and a couple of Sharpies, gold and silver, white gel pen, the usual. Yeah, I absolutely love the pictures in this book. The kind of sketchy style is absolutely gorgeous, I think, and because the line art is fairly faint, it looks like a pencil drawing, like you're colouring in the artist's sketchbook or something. So yeah, I think it's awesome. One of the books I really want to be colouring more in, but yeah, there we go. I think that one is called World of Fairy Tales. It's by Domming, or Doming. Yeah, there's the information there on the fly leaf there. That's the artist. So there we go. There's World of Fairy Tales. The next one is another one that I did grab from a charity shop. This is Russell Grant's Art of Astrology. And this one, as I said before, isn't one that I would normally pick up, but yeah, super cheap, $3.50. I thought I'd grab that one while it was there. And the pictures are, there's lots of text in the back. So yeah, the pictures are quite nice, I thought anyway. There are a few men in this one actually, come to think of it. It just goes through each star sign in the order, and then there's a bit of text about it, a bit of explaining, and then there's some pictures kind of connected, illustrating the star sign. It's Virgo, so you get the beautiful maidens. These ones I'm not so interested in, but because the book was so cheap, then that means I can use alcohol markers on these pages and not really worry about it too much. So yeah, I have coloured one in this one. It's for the Taurus star sign, because that's my partner's star sign. There we go, that's the one I coloured a couple of months ago, I think. So yeah, that's one that I grabbed from the charity shop, Russell Grant's Art of Astrology. I'm not sure who the artist is. I'm pretty sure it's not Russell Grant. Illustration copyright by Mike. You see that? Mike at kjaartist.com. So yeah, there we go, Russell Grant's Art of Astrology. Next is one that my partner actually bought for me, Alien, the colouring book. I think he spotted it on a cheap deal on Amazon, and because he knows I'm into colouring, he grabbed it for me. And to be honest, I've only ever seen the first Alien film. I am not into it at all, but this is one that he got for me, so I will colour in it. Lots of pictures of the actual alien creature. And some kind of sci-fi sort of. Oh, that one's quite nice. And the first picture I think is quite nice as well. Oh, that one's detailed. That will take some colouring. Okay, let me show you the first one that I think that one's pretty cool. I think if I can use some like really pretty colours and make it really kind of shiny and stuff, I think I can make that one look really pretty so that you don't even know it's an alien until you're like really focusing on it. That's my plan for that one anyway. I don't know if I'll be able to get that idea to work, but anyway, there we go. That is the Alien colouring book. Do we have a list of artists? Oh yeah, there we go. Adriano Vicenti, Gilherme Radvi. Oh, I can't pronounce half of these, but there they are. I'm not even going to try. Okay, that is the Alien colouring book. Oh, and this next one. This is one of the ones that I got because I was given an Amazon gift card. And I thought, why don't I try Maria Troller and try some of her books, because people speak so highly of them. And I got this one because it was cheap, so it's kind of my fault. But it's like the German edition of Mandalin or Moon Valley by Maria Troller, and the paper in this is an absolute disaster. I can barely use anything on it. I think it's come to the point where I'm either just going to give up and buy a new one, or try and scan these pictures in to colour them, because yeah, just weren't working. This is a sticker. This is me trying to make the other butterflies that were actually on the page look like stickers to match these ones, because for this little bee here I tried, I don't know if it's water-based markers or paint or something, and it soaked through to the other side, so I had to stick a sticker over. So I tried to match those butterflies to there. This is one I've coloured with pencil, which doesn't work too badly, but the paper is so smooth you can't blend or layer or do anything very much. And the page actually started coming out, so I've had to stick it back in with washi tape. So yeah, I don't know whether to just write this one off as a disaster and buy a new one, or persevere with it and see what I can do with pencils and maybe chalk pastels or something. The pictures in it are really cute. This was my favourite one of hers when I looked through the flip-throughs on YouTube. This was my favourite one. I thought, yeah, I could colour in that. But yeah, the paper is a real letdown. So if anybody else is thinking of buying it, yeah, go for the more expensive hardback one, because this paper, yeah, this paper is a struggle. These ones with the frame I really like. And she's super cute. I might be in the minority here, but yeah, I'm not really super keen on black backgrounds, because I always feel like I should be doing something to it, and it always looks a bit flat to me for some reason. I don't know. I know I'm in the minority, but yeah, I'm not a super fan of black backgrounds, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, that one I really like too. So yeah, that's the extent of my colouring in this at the moment, and I do like how she's coming along. I've given her purple hair, she's supposed to represent me. But yeah, that's turned out quite well, but yeah, a struggle. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm going with that one at the moment. This next one, Vintage Fairies colouring book. I think this one I might have spotted on Colouring at V's channel. I'm not entirely sure, but I saw it, I think I saw it super cheap on either eBay or Amazon, so I thought I'd get that and give that one a bit of a go. I think this one is single-sided, so I thought maybe watercolours might work for a few of these, because the illustrations seem to be kind of watercolour-y looking. So I thought I'd give that a little bit of a go. So the pictures are really cute, and these ones you can really go crazy with the background there, play about. I do love to do backgrounds. Watercolour's great for backgrounds, chalk pastels. And again, you can use markers because, yeah, single-sided. As long as you don't mind losing the illustration, you can colour on the other side, as long as you don't mind losing, like, the illustration you're meant to kind of copy. Of course, you don't have to copy it. So, yeah, that one is Vintage Fairies. I think there might be a few different artists. Not entirely sure who they are, though. Does it say? Oh, I mean, there's a few of them. Arthur Rackham, Florence, Susan Harrison, Mabel, Lucy Atwell. I'm not sure if anybody else has done any pictures in there. Those are the ones that are listed. And I think these will be the last ones for this part. I'm trying not to make the parts too long. As I said, I have the Colourless Kingdom colouring books by Chris Ortega. These are on Amazon paper, unfortunately. And this one is a printed in Britain one. Yeah, this one is a printed in Britain one. So this paper is not likely to be very good. I'm going to have to do a few tests. There is spare pages in the back. Yeah, there's a spare page there. So I'm going to have to try and test the materials on the paper. But the pictures are gorgeous. And if I can't colour on this paper, I will scan them in and print them out because, yeah, beautiful pages. And some of these are in the Colouring Heaven that you saw at the beginning of the video. That's a Colourless Kingdom Volume 1. And Volume 2 I actually got from Amazon Warehouse, and I found that if you get from Amazon Warehouse, you've got more chance of having a book that isn't printed in Britain. This one is printed in Holland, which hopefully will mean that the paper is pretty good. Or for Amazon paper standards, we all know. We all know what that means. There we go, those are the dark and graphic ones. I haven't coloured in either of these yet. They are fairly new, but there's a few. Here's one that I could colour for this month. I love that one. That is Colourless Kingdom Volume 2, Chris Ortega. Okay, next we have a 2 by Crook. I think that's the only artist that's ever cited is Crook. This one at Dark Beauty. And yeah, I love the pictures in it. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to print them out very well because my printer is on its last legs and it doesn't like big areas of black like this. I suppose I could erase the background if I scan them in and then put my own background in. That might be an idea. Why didn't I think of that before? This is one that was printed in Great Britain. I'll show you there, printed in Great Britain, and the paper is an absolute disaster. Almost as bad as the Maria Troller book. No, probably worse than the Maria Troll book, to be perfectly honest, because it's so soft. It's smooth, so you can't put many layers on, and it's really soft, so that if you press hard, you go through, and the paper starts to wrinkle, and then you go through and make holes. So yeah, it's not very good papers, but the pictures are beautiful. So yeah, if I could scan them in, get rid of the backgrounds. Oh, that is an idea. I'm going to do that now. Some of them don't have the black backgrounds, which is good. I did start one on here for my Raven theme for May. May was my Raven month. I started this one, and it's looking okay kind of here, sort of. Not to my usual standard, but yeah, the paper is such a struggle that I gave up on that one. I did start with just pencils, and the paper, I don't even know if you can see, the paper is wrinkling there where I've done the pencils, but yeah, you can see there the paper is wrinkling where I've used the pencils, and that's not from pressing really hard or having tons of layers. That's just normal pencils. I think like Castle Arts maybe. These were Crayola Twistables, the kind of bluey grey that I was trying to use there, and that wasn't working too well. So for a hair I tried using marker, which has turned out super splotchy. As you can see, that didn't go on very well at all. And then trying to go on top with pencils, yeah, it just wasn't working. That is such a shame because I liked that picture as well. But yeah, for any others, I think I'll just scan in and print them out because that paper is just not worth the hassle. There we go, Dark Beauty. And this one I'm going to make last for this part. I think I don't want my parts to be super long, and there is another kind of an equally large stack of books, so I'll make this into a two-parter. Maybe I'll have to go back to doing like each quarter doing a bit of a haul depending on how much I buy, but yeah, this will be the last one for this section, a Dark Beauty, Mystic and Fantasy. This is also by Crook, but this one I got from Amazon Warehouse. I think because the corners were a little bit dinged, so it was a kind of reduced. The corners are dinged up there. It was reduced in Amazon Warehouse, and this one printed in Poland. So yeah, the paper is a lot better in this one, as Amazon paper goes. I can work with this kind of Amazon paper, I can work with. The other one, not so much. And I did actually colour one in here. That's the one that I coloured in here with marker base. I don't know if you can see because the back is black, but yeah, most of that is marker based. Pencil shading, some white gel pen, some stickers, star stickers to decorate her dress, robe, whatever it's supposed to be, and a little bit of black gouache because I didn't like the background they had drawn in there, so I got rid of it, which you can always do that. Don't be scared to black out bits of the background if you don't want to colour them, or if you scanned it in you can just delete it. So yeah, I think it works a lot better without those, and I quite like that one actually. But yeah, I do love the pictures. The pictures are lovely. It's such a shame the other one has such bad paper. I think Colouring with Alina has coloured that one. Is it Colouring with Alina? I think it is, and it's super nice. Okay, and that one is Dark Beauty, Mystic and Fantasy, also by Crook, and I think I'll leave that one there and put all these books away and get back to the second stack. And thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next video where we'll go through all the rest of these books that I've bought this year. So take care, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye!